after 6 months you will already generate very good leads. Firstly, we'll have to understand what the business is about, what they are trying to sell, what they are giving a service, or if they are presenting something, or projects such as disease detection, and then in financial it can be credit card fraud detection.
I would definitely say that almost 60 to 70% or even 80% of our work was done by ChatGPT and Gemini. So first of all, Yash, welcome to my channel, and it's great to have you, man. Like literally, I saw your LinkedIn profile, and I was just finding someone who would be interested to give something like talk about data science and pretty much who is actually in the field. That's when I got you. And before getting started, why don't you just introduce yourself to the audience and get started with that?
Okay, so I am Yash Anwane. I am from Nagpur. I have done my diploma in information technology from Government Polytechnic. Then I proceeded with St. Vincent Pallotti College of Engineering, which is also in Nagpur. I did my IT from there, and then from the starting I was very sure that I had to go in IT. So I was very good using the computers and everything. So that really worked for me. Then while working for my first company, after 3 months, I thought that this is not working. This is a support based role. So what should I do? What should be my next steps? So then I started parallelly studying. So then in 1 year of time span, I completed my post graduation diploma in machine learning and AI. And now I'm doing my masters from Liverpool John Moores University. So that is what is going on. And also by the time I'll be completing my masters, I'm to use my time very insightfully. So I'm doing internships for different companies, trying different roles. So trying to gain more knowledge, which will basically help me. And of course, LinkedIn, the very best platform that we are getting into. So it will provide you leads, and if you are properly showcasing your storyline or a story case of yourself and what you do, it will always create an impact on your journey. Yeah, so that is about me.
Yeah, so basically, I also saw that you have worked with a couple of companies.
Yes.
And how did you get into touch with them? Does LinkedIn help you a lot or something other?
No, so my first company was my placement from my college, but the internships that I'm doing, LinkedIn helped me in getting those internships. Yes.
Okay, all right. So basically, currently, I think you are working as a data scientist and a system engineer at Atos.
No, so I have left ETOS. I am now pursuing my masters. Until July, I'll be pursuing my masters, and till then, I'll be doing some internships on the side.
Okay, all right. So, basically, for those who are starting up in data science, I wanted to
Yes.
ask about a couple of questions regarding that. What would be the basic roadmap for someone who is just getting started, and what are the steps
Yes.
that they can take in order to get there?
Okay, so the basic thing that I learned in my journey is as the recession is still going on, so firstly we'll need to upskill ourselves, and that is the most important thing that we need to do. So starting from the basics, the soft skill, I should say firstly the soft skills, then start with a programming language. Select any one programming language. It could be Python, it could be Java, it could be C++. Just start with the fundamentals, and parallelly start working with Excel. Excel is a very great tool. It helps you very easily with doing data wrangling. It is helpful in data standardization. You can integrate data, you can use pivot charts and tables to showcase your data. So the roadmap will be, so you will have to start with a programming language, you will have to learn about Excel, and also SQL as a database. So these three things in your first year of starting as a data analyst or a data engineer, you need to learn firstly visualizing data using Excel or other tools, the online tools you can also use. And what I think is Excel is the best tool firstly, because people don't know the power of Excel. It gives you great like we can say with great powers come great responsibilities, no? So Excel gives you that power, and once you master Excel, it will be very easy for you to get insights in whatever business field or whatever domain you like think. So for an example, if you are in finance or healthcare, if you know the business details, you can easily get help from Excel, and it will be very you can properly use the features of Excel, and by we can say properly defining the methods and process is also very important. So this is what I'll suggest. In the first 6 months, complete your one programming language, not master but be intermediate level at Excel and SQL programming. And once you start doing that, probably do some case studies or create your, like if you are not created your LinkedIn, create your LinkedIn, create a storyline on the LinkedIn of what you are doing, what are the steps that you are doing, mention the steps. So after 6 months you will already generate very good leads. If you are doing this for 6 months, you will obviously get calls from HRs, you will get DMs from different people, like if they want you to work for them. It can be unpaid, it can be paid, does not matter. In the starting, you should not expect financial gains from it. It's only about the experience that you gain, because once you gain that experience, the sky is the limit.
Okay, so you mean that basically Excel and SQL are these parts of, like, kind of when we were starting out, we should focus on
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, so like question analyzing to that is basically a lot of people don't know how much to learn that.
Yes.
That is what I wanted to ask you, like what are the tip point that you should learn until this point, then you should move on to the next technology.
Yes, so let's start from Excel. In Excel, firstly we'll have to do standardization of data. We need to examine which data are important. We have to clear unnecessary datas. After that, we have to delete the duplicates of data. We have to handle missing values. After that, we'll have to when you're presenting any data to a user or a data analyst, it will also need a storyline. So if you are presenting the ID first, so then you will have to give the person's name, and then after each and every information. So the information should be in proper sequence, so it can be used to gain insights from it. And after that, you will have to give neutral language so that everyone can gain insights from it. You can obviously save space by if there are only two categories. So for example, if the column is of male, female, yes or no questions, so even rather using the full text, you can just use one word, so it will save more space. So it is useful in cost reduction in data sets which are very huge. So it creates a very major difference when you are using TensorFlow or something. You will get to know that data sets are very huge. So this small things creates an huge impact. So after learning this, in Excel you should learn pivot tables. There are charts given, so you can basically get valuable insights from them. In Python, it is very necessary to understand the syntaxes, because learning syntaxes is a different process, but you will need to understand the syntaxes. So basically that will provide you a brief knowledge of what you are doing. And so in Python, I'd say things like data loading, data transformation, handling missing values. It can also be done by Python and also by SQL. So these are the basic operations which one needs to know, because people, what I've seen students doing is they just learn the like they just see the front page, don't open the details, and they know that they have to handle missing values. But what to handle in missing values? We have to fill in details, you have to fill in null values, you have to like if the table column is not properly arranged, you have to arrange it, you have to give a storyline to it. Insight gaining is very essential, because when the data is not arranged properly, you cannot like create any insights from it. So that will be the thing that like till then, once you gain like 2 to 3 case studies, if you have done 2 to 3 case studies, then you are really good to go in the industry. You can easily catch up any role.
Okay, so basically I think that Excel would really help for people who want to become
Yes,
data analysts.
yes.
But when it comes to data scientists, like these people need to understand about machine learning as well,
Yes,
AI
yes,
part
yes.
of the kind of data, you know.
Yes.
So basically, as per your experience, what, like quickly I want to ask this question: what are the top 3 mistakes that you think a lot of beginners make while learning this thing?
The top 3 mistakes while learning for data scientist. So the first big mistake is they try to learn each and every model. Every model that there is: linear, regression, k-analysis, and tree, random forest. They try to learn everything, they try to overview everything. So I would suggest that take a simple model, work on it, work on one project on it, and then gain understanding of it. Once you gain an understanding of a single model, you will gradually grow and use different kinds of model, because every model is very different. It has very different use cases. It provides accuracy in a very different way. So people need to from the start give attention to a one single model, and then gradually learn over them. That is one thing that students do. Second thing is they do not understand the business point of view. So majorly students are thinking that I'll do a job.
Application point of view.
Yes, application point of view or business point of view. So generally students who are freshers, who they think I have seen my juniors also talking like this, we just want to get into a job and then we'll figure out. It is not that. Firstly we'll have to understand what the business is about, what they are trying to sell, what they are giving a service, or if they are presenting something, or they are showcasing their skills for there should be an agenda for anything that you do in life. So that is what I think. They should understand the business point of view also. And the third thing is now, as you know, in IT there are majorly support jobs available, and core jobs are really hard to crack for like tier 3 city candidates. Even triple ITs are asking for placement helps from the alumni, as you have seen in the news. So one thing that you should do is create a good portfolio for yourself. At least have 2 projects in it. Provide a good resume, provide your LinkedIn, and provide details like how can you be useful to the company. Because if you are not providing any value to the company, it won't generate anything for them, and it is you cannot gain something without giving something. So that is what I think.
Yeah. So one thing that I feel that a lot of people do mistakes is that they, as you said, they try to overlook all those things. Like they don't
Yes.
want to go in depth in one thing. Just try
Yes,
to
yes,
learn
yes.
everything, but everything just little bit. They
Yes,
don't go in deep into that.
yes, just to point out to that, in interviews, what happens is that when students learn everything, when they are asked about a specific question, they fumble. They know it. I know they know it, but it's like that you fumble, and it's like first impression is the last impression. If you fumbled in front of the interviewer, he'll not take confidence in you. So that is what I think people should. Whatever they have mentioned in your resume, be prepared to answer each and every single detail of that question, because you can be grilled on anything, and whatever you say, like in an interview, what happens is it can go anywhere. It's not in your hands. So this is what I suggest people, that yeah, my juniors also, I take lectures in my college for mentoring students, help them in resume writing and the LinkedIn. So I always suggest them to be precise and know your stuff. If you know your stuff, then it's very easy to explain something, because we don't know you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that is really one thing that a lot of people do mistake on. And talking about the interviews, like we have given couple of many.
Yeah.
So how do you say, or what do you say, like to people who are just not known to that field of giving interview to people, So what are the kind of things that you want to tell them, like couple of top 3 things or 5 things to them?
Okay, so first thing I'll tell you, if you're giving an interview for a data analyst or data engineer, for machine learning is very different. For machine learning, we'll have to specify each thing that the process is happening. So it is sometimes very concept driven. For data analyst and data engineering roles, for starting the roles, you will need to be very precise with your Python programming, and also they'll ask you some shortcuts about Excel, and they'll see how you go towards a problem. So for example, they'll give you a situation, and they'll ask you to, like, what are the insights on the first look that you can give towards it. So the student gets on the first look, people like give very basic things that everyone knows, which will be like used. If for example, I can say, I was given an example of Netflix. So what are the things which you will take into account if you are doing an analysis of it? Majorly the students will say that the amount of subscription, but the amount of subscriptions a user makes is divided into huge categories. So it will be based on, like, if one Netflix account is taken, how many other users are using it, how oftenly they are using it, and how many months they have enrolled for it, subscribed for it, and what are the areas and the demographics of the user. So these are just an example what we can take into account. And I see students nowadays not practicing interviews, doing mock interviews, because it is kind of like that. If you are in a college, we'll obviously get a placement, but it is not working now in real life, and it is very hard to get a job or land a job in this scenario of IT. Maybe it will get better, but nowadays it is really hard to crack. So I'll just wrap up by saying that gain some confidence, and answer it confidently, whether you are right, whether you are wrong. Just say it confidently, whatever is in your mind, because confidence is the key. If you are like telling me the right answer also, but you are like, I don't know, so it will create very negative impact of you. So even if you're wrong, just say it, because chances are, like, they'll appreciate your confidence. And because I think it is very fast environment today, so people are growing rapidly, so we need to upscale ourselves to that level to become like a better data analyst or better data engineer. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That sounds really cool. Like a lot of people like they believe that they are not even confident to go up
Yes, yes,
there
yes.
and
Soft
give that
skills is very
interview.
important nowadays.
Yeah, and that is why, because of like mobile, and like a lot of people are becoming introvert more and more,
Yes, yes, yes.
and
I think
they are
it's
not able to
because
gain that confidence.
I think it's because of social media, because
Yeah, yeah.
people are not interacting with each other and they are preferring for remote roles. But the thing is, if you are not doing a job in the office, you'll never get that soft skills which are required, which are we can say is people skills. You need to gain some people skills. That is very important.
Definitely, like in college also, a lot of students, they
Yes.
don't participate in a lot of things. They don't want to interact with anybody. They just want to go college and come like that. That's their daily routine, That is what
Yes.
happens in college.
And what happens is
Yeah.
that the 3 years get away, and in the final year, the reality hits them. They have to do internships, they have to do their final project, they have to do research, thesis. So then it hits them, because when they do not have that experience, it creates lot of issues.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so I just wanted to ask with the another question starting up with, and that is about Chat GPT and Gemini. Like these tools are like really doing a huge work
Yes,
of
yes, yes,
some beginners, fresher engineers.
yes,
So
yes,
basically, currently we were creating this text to speech AI of our own, and we were training our model on that. So I would definitely say that almost 60 to 70% or even 80% of our work was done by ChatGPT and
yes, yes, yes.
Gemini. So how do you think, like, what will be the like kind of changes, and people, like, how can they adapt in the upcoming days?
Okay, so what I'm seeing nowadays is, with the use of ChatGPT and Gemini, it's doing 70% of the work, but it's not doing all the work. So it is very important to learn prompting. Prompt engineering is like very useful for the fresher, because it will like make you very easily adapt the ChatGPT and Gemini. As we know, the ChatGPT version 4, the GPT model 4, is not really available to all. So the free model 3, the GPT 3, is not really up to date. So we need to be really smart when we are using it. So I'll just say every student should learn prompting as fast as they could, because it's been like an year and a half. OpenAI has introduced this GPT, so people need to use AI for their work, because it creates very huge difference. It maximizes your work speed, and it can also like generate better results than what we were doing. You have to use the technology in your favor. What I can say is, because technology will keep increasing, but developing, and we'll get newer versions of Gemini, we'll get newer versions of ChatGPT. Now Twitter has also released Grok for premium users. So I think it will be a better model, Grok, but it is generally for the premium subscriber of Twitter, now X. So we can really use like GPT models to our usage.
What I see from like this perspective is that in upcoming days, like people or the jobs, like the HRs would keep that prompt engineering at one like fundamental thing, that everyone must
Yes, yes,
know how to do prompt engineers and all those things, because on top of that you can also benefit their company, because you are doing a lot of things quicker as compared to like traditional tools or the traditional ways.
yes. And
Yeah.
mostly what happens in MNCs is their work is fixed, the process is fixed. So when a fresher enters, if he can provide a better way to do, a faster way to do a work, it will always benefit the company, and the companies will always reward you for it. So you will have to learn prompting is very important, and it also helps in data analysis and also data engineering roles. It creates a huge impact, because firstly it will give you a user design, it will create a user cycle, which will help you, like given it will give you a process, to like take into account and then start with the process of data analysis. So data analysis process goes through 5 to 6 levels. So that is data cleaning, data standardization. You'll have to implement data. You'll have to take a data set into a data frame, and then you'll have to like once again in the Python you'll have to clean the data, do EDA on the data, and then give it to a testing model. So you'll have to create a test model and then check it, and then you can deploy the model. So the AI provides you a process, and you can then follow the process and be really fast in that process, because it will give you a major advantage, is what I can say.
Okay, so like to properly end up this podcast, I would say that like let us end with the section of jobs. Like let us say you have learned and invested a good amount of time in learning the technologies which are required to become data analyst or data scientist. Secondly, you have built some projects as well.
Yes.
And talking about projects, quickly I want to ask you, what kind of projects are like very much appreciated in companies?
Okay, so the company appreciates the project which are in the domain of finance, in the domain of retail, or in the healthcare industry. Nowadays healthcare industry is booming a lot, so projects such as disease detection, and then in financial it can be credit card fraud detection, or like in some cases it can be like mostly disease detection and in finances, credit card fraud detection, or user account fraud detection, or credit cards, and also people I'm not getting much more examples out of it, but there are few projects that I've seen being used by companies.
All right, so yeah, so let us end up with the job section. Like you have learned this and you have built these projects. Now like coming on to the jobs, like how do you get college placement is one of the options.
Yes.
But I believe that I see that remote jobs have like a huge payment, and they are kind of paying a lot for people for doing their jobs. Like
Yes.
how do you see about the remote jobs? Like that is option out there instead of our college placements.
Yes, so for the people looking out for remote jobs, I'd suggest that you will have to make your LinkedIn very optimized. Firstly, if your LinkedIn is optimized, you will get heavy leads, and from that you can apply from naukri.com, internshala.com, and you can apply on like shine.com. There are many websites which provides internships, and as I can say, within that internships also you will have to like if it's paid or unpaid, I don't think there should be an if you're starting a job in data analysis or data engineering, you cannot expect much, but after some experience you will get huge payments for it also. Freelancing can work if you can try out freelancing. Upwork gives you a very major platform. Upwork, Fiverr also give you, Remote Task also gives you very much good platform to do freelance work, and there are all remote websites, so people can try this website, but these websites require a proper portfolio which will help you get more opportunities, because even if you register, when you don't have any experience or any portfolio, the leads will not come to you. You will have to like create a major portfolio for yourself and include at least 2 projects.
Yes, yes, definitely. Like projects really matter.
Yes.
Because what I've seen, like couple of my friends, they have also got the jobs because of the projects.
Yes, yes.
Sometimes they have posted their growth on LinkedIn and Twitter also. Twitter also works fine
Yes,
in order to
yes.
get the remote jobs. and they have just posted their growth, and somebody like messaged them like, how do you like, we want to come
Yes, yes, yes.
and take an interview and all those things. That really happens a lot, like when you build in public, there's this trend going, build in public.
Yes,
And
yes.
yeah.
What I think is, you'll have to give out each and every information of what you did, because people should know what you did, and LinkedIn is the best platform to tell whatever you did, even if it's a small description or small thing or a small task. You should post it on LinkedIn, even if it gets one like, even if it gets one views, because uh, one way or the another, in 50 or 100 people, one person will look into you and reach out for you, because there are very much, there are huge opportunities, and LinkedIn only provides us 20% of the open market. 80% job market is very hidden from us. It can be gained through referrals, it can be gained through connections which you build on LinkedIn. So if you have good connections, the connection will also help you getting the 80% of the hidden job market. And it has very huge potentials, because gaining a referral from inside a company will provide you with greater packages, one thing, and also it will establish trust, and that is very important.
Yes, yes, yeah, definitely. Referrals do matter in companies. Even the companies like, we aspire to work into like Google, Meta. These also companies like give priority to referrals. So
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, like it was a great time talking to you, Yash. Like it was a really insightful podcast, and I know that people will definitely love this, who want to become the data analysts and data engineers.
Yes, yes.
Also, like to end up this, what I want to say in last couple of things to beginners and learners of data scientists.
I'll just say one thing, that keep on learning and keep on posting. Uh, Even if you do something, just post it. Don't fear. Get some confidence. People think that if I'll post it, people will make fun of me. That it is very small task to be, but just do it. Let go of all of your ego aside, all of your knowings, all of your knowledge aside. Just post it. If it attracts some opportunities for you, then you always should post it, and be confident on what you do, because confidence is the key. If you are not confident enough, no one will trust you. So the confidence is very important for
Yes,
beginners
yes,
also.
definitely, definitely, yeah. Thank you so much for joining me this on this, Yash. It really means a lot for taking out some time from your schedule.
Yes,
And
yes.
yeah,
It was really
yeah.
good
So
experience for me also. It is my first podcast, so, and I also looked into a channel. It was great information about LinkedIn and everything. So